Good morning, good afternoon, good night, whatever time of day it is. My name is Justin Coolin, and a whole host of names you've always heard me joke about. The Kingdom Hearts community, especially us theorists, we have a problem. I'll admit it myself. I have an obsession with the negative space and the ill-defined things that can craft theories. But we also see something that can be used to make assumptions as well. Not just educated guesses, not negative spaces where something doesn't exist, or an ill-defined or poorly explained idea without an ultimania. We assume. I'm guilty of it just as bad as many I would badmouth for doing the same thing. We all do it. Even before we had information on Kingdom Hearts 4 or Verum Rex information, we were looking at about 90 seconds in my opinion, of footage from Kingdom Hearts 4, and we have already started assuming several things. We assume that it's a different type of Darkside, one not made of darkness. We have assumed it came when Sora arrived. We have assumed that it's Riku's Darkside. Credit to HMK's video where he theorizes Riku's crossing in a quadratum created the Darkside. He goes on to more or less say that Riku, and I think his theory video is more about the idea of the cost that Riku has crossing over. So his Heartless becomes a Darkside in Quadratum, and Yozora becomes Riku's nobody, essentially. And Yozora being Riku is a common thing we've heard many times over, so that's nothing new. But I feel like that his video wasn't about the Darkside. The point I'm making is I've seen a lot of assumptions based on very little information. Some of them make sense, while others are just a dirty pig painted evergreen. Now, before I start working on my theory of what the Darkside is, I went searching and I couldn't find anyone else besides HMK who specifically covered it this way. So if I accidentally took your idea, post in the comments. I'll update the video and give credit where it's due, because you may have influenced me. Even if I don't remember watching your video, I give credit where it's due. When that trailer dropped 2 months ago, every day I searched Kingdom Hearts 4 and filtered for the last 24 hours. I'm just saying, I've watched a lot of Kingdom Hearts 4 videos, and there are a lot of them out there. Credit to all those content creators who put out that work, even if they're not getting famous off of it. So, to circle back around to that theory, the Darkside, I'm going to say, is the Master of Masters Darkside. Yep. Heard some angry folks in the back. This comes with a very specific caveat. This caveat is that the Master of Masters is not a willful light, kind of like the willful darkness is. Like, specifically, Mom is a human or some other sentient creature that possesses both dark and light, similar to the human beings we have seen, and like the dog people and like the Mickey type of characters. There is evidence to support this, but it's kind of thin, and I'll admit that outright. First, our only encounters with Darksides as Roxas or Sora has been in the Station of Awakening. This was also done when Sora was weak or not familiar with his powers, so it's not something he could actively control. And like, for example, Kingdom 1, he's literally and metaphorically awakening to the power, which makes the Keyblade thing a retcon, but whatever. In Kingdom Hearts 2, it's a nobody version of a Darkside. Roxas isn't fully awakened because he's been put to sleep. Plus, dealing with the bundle of confusing things happening all at once, a confrontation with his inner demon is to be expected. In Kingdom Hearts 3, we find ourselves fighting the Darkside in the final world at the very beginning of the game to reteach us the mechanics of the game. And I wouldn't say that's him controlling his power and actively saying, I'm going to do this. He may have needed the fight to remind himself what he's capable. Aqua, however, fights or runs away from attacks from several Darksides while in the realm of darkness, which poses a different question and answer video than this. That's not the point of this one, because those are probably tied to Keyblade wielders. We just don't know who they are. This led me to a strange thought on the surface of my mind that I just couldn't ignore, or that I don't remember hearing somewhere else. Can a Darkside be summoned like a Keyblade? Like, specifically. Wow, I'm using that word a lot today. I'm thinking the darkness in the heart of a Keyblade wielder or master will manifest as a dark side every single time. Like, that is something that happens. There is a dark side. And someone who is skillful enough could summon their dark side to the surface and force it out of their body. If we take Mom's, Apprentice Xehanort's, or Ansem the Wise's assumptions to be true, then there's a reality that exists where no light or dark exists at all. Then the dark side would have had to have been summoned, not just pop into existence. It would have had to have been summoned from someone who was a Keyblade wielder. And we see two cloaked figures on a building watching the fight, and most of us, like, I'm going to say like 99.99 repeating percent of us believe that at least one of the figures is the Master of Masters. And the Master of Masters is the most versatile Keyblade wielder master that we've ever heard of. I propose that it's possible. If anyone can do it, it would be Mom. It would be the Master of Masters. I know this kind of gets into one of my weirder theories, but there's a train of thought happening within the negative space that I talked about earlier. There's nothing to say that this is impossible to my knowledge, and if there is, feel free to post it, and I mean it, actually post in the comments below, and I would love to research the topic further. But could a human summon their inner darkness, their dark side, out into the surface, project it to other people so they can see how strong they really are? If you want to use an anime reference, the Zanpakuto and the size of it's supposed to relate to the power of your Reishi. If you want to think of it like that, think of it like that. But my point is that I'm trying to make is this is definitely a place where we do have some negative space. We have no clear definition to my knowledge, and if there's an Ultimania out there that's been translated that has it in there, like I said, post in the comments below. I do want to research this. I think it's an interesting idea. I think we see a lot of, when you see a Discovery writer, there's a lot of negative space like this. I've gone back and reread my own books and found a lot of places where I'm like, okay, this makes sense, but what about this? And it's all internal, like author's notes. So, again, that's my opinion on it. I think that this dark side is someone's dark side. I don't think it's Riku's. I don't think it's Sora's. I think it's either the Master of Master or whoever the other rogue figure is with him. And no, I don't think that it's your Zora. I don't think that it's Lushu, Zigbar, Braig, whatever he's calling himself these days. So I think it's very specific. But oh, wow, that's the end of that video. That was pretty quick. I forgot how short that one was. With that said, I want to say good morning, good afternoon, good night, whatever time of day it is for you. And may joy be to every last one of you. I appreciate you being here.